Hello and welcome back to Euro Football Daily, where today we're looking back at the breakout stars of the 2021 campaign. Let's get started. 10. Angelino. Having already represented 7 different clubs on 2 continents, and with his 24th birthday fast approaching, the summer of 2020 felt like a crossroads in Angelino's career. The Spanish left-back had spent the back end of the 2019-20 campaign shining on loan at RB Leipzig, even providing an assist in their Champions League quarter-final win over Atletico Madrid. But still deemed not good enough by Pep Guardiola, he was sent back to East Germany in late October, and has played with a frustrated vengeance ever since. He's been quite simply lethal going forward, racking up 7 goals and 7 assists in 32 League and Champions League appearances, the same as Sadio Mane has managed in the Premier League. In a side short of an elite number 9, his boundless energy has been a crucial weapon in Nagelsmann's armoury, as Leipzig looked to couple a second-place finish with a DFB Pokal win, potentially their first ever top-flight trophy. With Leipzig having paid €18 million to make his loan permanent in February, Angelino wasted little time having a pop at Pep, saying he killed his confidence at City. Seems like he's still not over it. 9. Ollie Watkins. 45 championship goals across 3 seasons and a Championship Player of the Year award in 2019-20 ensured that Ollie Watkins was far from an unknown quantity going into this season. But it's fair to say that no one expected his impact at Villa Park. Playing his first season of top-flight football, 4 years on from playing in League 2 with Exeter City, Watkins has been quite simply a revelation, with 13 goals and 4 assists in 34 league games to date. Despite playing for a side that narrowly escaped relegation in 2019-20, Watkins has only been outscored by 6 players in the entire Premier League, and his 17 league goal contributions is more than established stars such as Aubameyang, De Bruyne and Sterling. The villains' European ambitions might have capitulated when their talisman Grealish got injured, but Watkins' 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 6 league games has maintained their mid-table position. Capable of running in the channels to bring others into play, while also firing off 2 shots inside the box per 90, 4th in the Premier League, it's little surprise that Gareth Southgate has already spotted his international potential. 8. Nuno Mendes. Whilst most football fans would have definitely heard of Angelino and Watkins prior to this season, few outside of Portugal would have recognised the name Nuno Mendes. The 18-year-old left-back, born 5 days after Portugal exited from the 2002 World Cup, has gone from a complete unknown, with 9 senior appearances under his belt, to a nailed-on inclusion in Portugal's Euro squad in just 9 months. FC Porto might have attracted more headlines during their Champions League exploits, but the Primeira Liga has been all about sporting CP this season, with Ruben Amorim's Chargers set to wrap up their first title since 2002 in the coming days. A key part of that has been the excellent Mendes, with his 3.7 tackles and interceptions per 90, helping the Lyonnais concede just 15 league goals to date, 6 fewer than the next best in Europe's top 7 leagues, whilst he also finds time to complete 1.7 dribbles and create a chance every game. Heavily linked with moves to Barcelona, Man City and more recently Manchester United, it appears that 2021 could be Mendes' only top-flight season in Portugal. 7. Aurélien Tchouaméni. League One has not only seen an incredible title race this season, but also the emergence of yet another crop of exciting young talent, with the likes of Youssef Yazici, Sven Botman and Mohamed Samakan all worthy of inclusion on this list. But we just couldn't leave out 21-year-old Monaco midfielder Aurélien Tchouaméni, who has gone from bit part player at mid-table Bordeaux in 2019-20 to the beating heart of a reborn Monegasque side, led by a revitalised Niko Kovac. Ben Yedder, Volland, Diop and Golovin have all been brilliant going forward, but the player who binds it all together is Tchouaméni, with no Monaco player topping his 2,890 league minutes at the time of writing. Only Laurent Abergel at lowly Lorient has completed more tackles and interceptions than him in the whole of France, while he also ranks 3rd for successful pressures. With the ball, he's also no slouch, with just 9 players completing more progressive passes and only 1 Monaco player, Benoit Badiashile, carrying the ball further. Strongly linked with both Chelsea and Leicester City, don't be surprised to see Tchouaméni turn up in the Premier League next year. 6. Pedro Gonçalves. Whilst Nuno Mendes has without doubt played a crucial role in Sporting's impending title win, they simply wouldn't be in contention were it not for Pedro Gonçalves. The 18-time Portuguese champions can rightly point to the fact they have had 15 different scorers this season, but their 5'8" number 10, known as Pote, has been involved in 21 league goals, or 38% of the team's total. Unlike Bruno, who came before him, Pote isn't known for being wasteful, with just 39% of his efforts coming from outside the box compared to 69% in Bruno's final 6 months in Portugal. In fact, it turns out that playing in the same position for the same club is where the similarities end between the two, with Pote far more likely to beat a man before popping it off to a teammate at the edge of the box, with 87% of his chances created coming from short passes, 17% more than Bruno, who has a superior passing range. Still just 22 and less than 24 months on from being sold by Wolves, we'd prefer to see Gonçalves have a second campaign in Portugal before touting him for a major move. 5. Jude Bellingham. When Birmingham City retired 17-year-old Jude Bellingham's number 22 shirt following his €34 million move to Borussia Dortmund in July 2020, most of the footballing world rolled their eyes. How could a club with a 145-year history no longer use a shirt number worn just 44 times by an academy player? But fast forward 10 months and no one is laughing now, as the Stourbridge-born midfielder has become a mainstay in an elite European side, racking up 43 appearances in all competitions. With most English football fans taking little interest in the Bundesliga, it's a player's performance in the Champions Leagues that garner the most attention, and the dynamic box-to-box midfielder has saved his best performances for European nights. Clearly pumped by the global stage, in his 10 appearances, Bellingham married a solid 1.3 shots and 1.2 dribbles, with an exceptional 3.8 tackles and interceptions per 90, with only 4 players in Europe topping his 3.1 tackles. Having excelled in Dortmund's most arduous matches this season against City, Southgate will have no qualms with starting Bellingham this summer. We'd love to see it. 4. Brian Brobby. Still a relative newcomer, having only made his senior debut in late October 2020, 19-year-old Ajax forward Brobby has only played 366 minutes in the Eredivisie and in Europe. But that's been enough time for him to score an impressive 6 goals and provide 2 assists, at an average of a goal every 46 minutes, 28 minutes fewer than Lionel Messi. By mid-March, RB Leipzig had seen enough, taking advantage of Brobby's expiring contract to sign the Dutch youth international of Ghanaian descent on a free. Prior to the deal being completed, Dutch Football Federation sporting director Nico Jan Hoogma had reportedly encouraged the youngster to head to Germany, infuriating his Ajax counterpart Mark Overmars, who said the situation was too crazy for words. With 20-year-old Lassina Traoré and 21-year-old Anthony coming in, Ajax won't be short of talent to replace him, but losing someone of Brobby's potential this early is without doubt a blow to Ajax present and future. 3. Dusan Vlahovic. Come mid-December 2020, just a month shy of Dusan Vlahovic's 21st birthday, he probably believed he'd struggle to live up to his enormous potential. A regular with Partizan Belgrade at 16 and signed by Fiorentina for a paltry €2 million in 2017, just 9 goals in 56 games to that point was starting to make him look overpriced. But then something extraordinary happened. Everything clicked. The Serb could not stop scoring. He's netted 20 league goals in his last 23 games, including 3 goals against Lazio, a brace against Atalanta, and most impressively, 2 goals in 2 games against fallen champions Juventus, to move to joint second in the race for the Capon Canoniere behind only Cristiano Ronaldo. Standing at 6'3", Vlahovic is your typical target man, averaging under 16 passes a game, but comfortable in the air, winning 43% of his aerial duels. Just 3% lower than Ronaldo. But it's his anticipation and movement that has really improved this year, with his expected goals per 90 rising from 0.45 last term to 0.62 this campaign, 10th in Italy and just 0.01 lower than Harry Kane. Linked with the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester United, don't be surprised to see the Serbian Zlatan swap an average Fiorentina side for a European big boy this summer. 2. Jamal Musiala. It takes a special type of talent to have the German and English national teams fighting over you, but Jamal Musiala, who plumped for Die Mannschaft in February, certainly is. After all, the Stuttgart-born attacking midfielder, who spent part of his childhood here in England, has racked up 35 appearances for treble winners Bayern Munich this season. From his second ever Bayern appearance on the opening day of the 2020-21 campaign, Musiala has looked at home, netting a goal in the 8-0 thrashing of Schalke, a sign of things to come for both clubs. And he's backed that up with clutch goals in the biggest games, scoring against Eintracht, Leipzig, Wolfsburg, as well as in Europe against Salzburg and Lazio in the last 16. Currently averaging just 1.8 shot creating actions per 90, it's clear that Musiala needs to work on improving his end product. But the raw materials are there. Any player capable of getting 48% of his shots on target and completing 4.8 dribbles per 90, 0.3 more than the next best in Europe, Neymar, will no doubt get there before too long. It's clear that Bayern already have a ready-made replacement for the ageless Thomas Müller whenever they want. 1. Ruben Dias. Already a title winner and a Nation Leagues champion with Portugal, Ruben Dias was an established player prior to this season, but this campaign saw him become truly world class. After swapping Benfica for the Citizens in a deal worth €60 million in fees and Nicolas Otamendi, Ruben Dias has been the outstanding signing of last summer's window. We could talk about his faultless injury record that has seen him rack up the second most minutes in City's squad behind Ederson, or his 78% tackle success rate, 3% more than Van Dijk's last term, or the fact he leads his side for blocks and clearances. But most of all, we want to talk about his leadership. Without Dias's impeccable communication and anticipation, we struggle to believe that John Stones would have produced the campaign he has, or João Cancelo would have had the freedom to become the side's most progressive passer behind De Bruyne. When things have got heavy this season for City, not least against Haaland, Neymar and Mbappe in the Champions League, it was Dias more than any other player who stepped up to douse the flames. Now in the discussion for best centre-back in the world, 2020-21 will be remembered as the year that Dias entered the elite. So team, that was our 10 breakout stars of 2021, but who have we missed? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and we'll catch you next time.